gonna get a video out on time for once. Yeah. Fight me. Episode 5 of Gakkou Gurashi was pretty good. It just kind of brought up one of my main complaints with the series so far. Gakkou Gurashi, in a sense, reminds me of WIXOSS, because the thing that they both have in common is that they're executed well, but they don't establish the basic stuff that you kind of have to for the premise. For example, WIXOSS is a card anime that never establishes the rules of the card game, but is executed well. Gakkou Gurashi is a zombie anime, or zombie horror, psychological, whatever. The focus is not on the card game or the zombies, but it would help if they at least established, like, how should I say this? What attracts zombies, you know? Because there are many instances in this episode where it was just like, okay, well, they threw a glow stick off the top level, so I guess they're attracted to light, or maybe they're attracted to sound. No, they run right past them, and they're screaming, and they're running, so no. Then they're in, like, the, what's it called? The, store, the convenience store part of the mall. And then they're like, what is it? The dog keeps barking, and you're like, okay, so apparently they're not attracted to sound. And then they come out, and you're like, okay, so they are attracted to sound. But once again, like at the beginning of the episode, the alarm clock, like nobody came to the door. Actually, no. Did the zombie come to the door at first when the alarm clock went off? Whatever. I think he might have, but I might be wrong. Well, my point is, we need to kind of establish rules for these zombies. Like, we haven't really kind of laid down or kind of fermented the premise, you know? I just want more information on just like the zombies themselves. With that being said, the show's still good. It's above average, is more what I'm going to. I'd give the show like a 6.5 right now. But let's go ahead and get into the episode. That was just something I wanted to talk about because it was something that I was thinking about while I was watching the episode. Mi has got some sexy ass thighs. She's a high schooler, so I'm not a pedophile, exposed. I think the transition to the opening was the perfect scenario for me because, here's the thing, I hate this opening song. I love the visuals, I have no problem with the visuals. I hate the song, and here's why. As soon as the opening came in, I feel like, I don't really know how to explain it, but I think I can go ahead and tell it, like, I'll recap you on what happened. We have Miku screaming in this room, and then here comes, like, this happy, jolly opening, and I'm just like, why? It just felt like a tone shift, even though that's just because that's what the opening is. That's all the opening was meant to be. I feel like it is a tone shift, but it's not a tone shift that necessarily affects the show. It just kind of affects the experience. So I hope that, like, maybe they do a Roku no Yushin halfway into the show, they just change the opening. That would be nice. An opening like Yuki Yuna's opening would have been better for this series. Speaking of the opening, there's new visuals again, and I like the new visuals. They look really nice. Still confused. Like, I'm hoping that they explain at one point why Yuki, like, is able to be so happy, or I guess you could say she's to an extent schizophrenic, because in this episode, like, she kind of remembered everything, but it's like, I don't know, why is she so insane if she saw everything that happened on the roof? How is she able to trick herself to think, like, there are no zombies there? I know she does realize that they are there at the end of the episode, but, like, is she schizophrenic? Can she, like, is she just kind of, I don't know. I hope that they explain, like, Yuki's state of being right now. The comedy was done really well in this episode. Like, there weren't any major tone shifts, and that was because the entire serious nature of everything was either at the very beginning or at the very end. So I thought that it worked out well. There were no tone shifts whatsoever throughout the middle of the episode. Well, I don't remember there being any. There might have been some, but I don't remember there being any at all. Oh, that fan service. Oh. Was the fan service needed? No. Was it enjoyable? Yes. Best part is that none of these girls are flat at all. See, I've been trying to explain this to people. The clothes make them look flat, you know. That's what clothes do, you know. If they're not skin tight, you can't see everything, you know. Just like how clothes can make somebody look a lot skinnier than they actually are, you know? And that's what these clothes did, you know? 11:17, I think it was, when they made the life alert joke. That was fucking hilarious. 11:50 is making me question, at this point, did Megune really, is she already dead at this point? Like, I know that this is a flashback, but at this point in the story, is she dead or not? Because there's because you realize that Yuki is the only one that communicates with her. 12:36, there's only 3 shadows on the stairs, but about 15-20 seconds later, Megune is right behind them. So, and you never heard anything in the background in terms of, like, steps or anything. So where exactly is Megune? Like, I think it's established that real time she's dead, but in this flashback, is she still dead? I don't know. I feel like at 15 or 14:54, there was that little poster with Taramaru, or whatever the heck his name is, but did you see that? It said, like, I am a destiny or something like that? Son, that's clear foreshadowing. I don't know what it's for, but, I don't know. Maybe it's like in Little Busters EX, where, like, they had that cat. Maybe, like, the dog is in charge of, like, this entire, like, world. You never even know. You don't even know. Good animation, 21, 29, I think that was when she, like, used the shovel. But that's it. I thought that the episode was executed well. My only real problem with the episode was just kind of the inconsistencies with the zombies, you know? It's like, okay, let me bang shit down here, and then, like, they'll come towards me, but if I bang shit on this floor, they won't come towards me, even though there's more on this floor, you know? It was just kind of an inconsistency of how these zombies are. Are they attracted by noise? Are they attracted by sound? Like I said at the beginning of the episode, this show is like WIXOSS, but to the type of zombie premise, you know? WIXOSS forgot to establish the premise of the card game, even though it was a card game psychological show. The bigger focus was on the psychological part, but it's still a card show. This is still a zombie show. It is a horror psychological zombie show. It's still a zombie show, and so it still has to establish the premise. Like, it still has to establish kind of what or how zombies are attracted to each other, or how zombies are attracted. Are they attracted by noise? Are they attracted by visuals? You don't know, you know? That's just something that I hope that they explain. I think the show so far is like a 6 to a 6.5. I'd say it's still one of the best of the season. I don't think it's still better than, like, oh my god, what the fuck happened to Charlotte? Ugh. But yeah, definitely one of the, I guess, maybe top 5, at least top 5 of the season. But that's all I gotta say. What do you guys think about this episode of Gakkou Gurashi? Leave your thoughts down below. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.